Hello and welcome to this presentation. My name is Niaz Chaudhary. I work as a researcher at the Open University in the UK. In this video, I'm going to present our paper entitled Towards a Blockchain-Based Decentralized Educational Landscape. I organized this presentation based on the following steps. First, I introduce the key roles of an educational institution, followed by introducing the current educational landscape. The presentation then focuses on the problems originated from the current practice and how existing technologies can help solve those problems. At the later stage of the presentation, I describe possible models that can be benefited from the current technologies to make the educational landscape decentralized. The roles of an educational institution can vary depending on the size and types of institutions. Regardless of their nature, however, some roles are common in most institutions. We identified such four key roles that are critical in the operation and management of any educational institution. These are governance, teaching, awarding qualifications, and graduate support. The current educational landscape is very much isolated. Educational institutions act like islands and often reluctant to share key roles with other institutions. They seem to be overcautious about their reputation and prestige, which significantly contribute to their isolated operation. They are willing to join lobby groups such as the Russell Group, but are not interested to share teaching or degrees. Like their operations, their graduate support is also isolated and university centric. In this paper, we identified three broad problems. First, educational institutions maintain their own closed database to hold information about their students and graduates. This shuts the door for sharing such information for greater benefits. Second, institutions maintain the old tradition of carrying trust using badges, diplomas, and certificates. At this day and age, it's very easy to make fake certificates, and employers and institutions offering higher degrees to a graduate regularly cross check the authenticity of the degree manually at the expense of long delay and fees. And third, career support for the graduates are poor at most institutions because of their closed nature and isolated operations. So, we are looking at potential solutions to those problems. However, before moving on to the problems, we quickly review some technologies that can help us reach the solution. In this paper, we explored the possibilities of using a blockchain technology, distributed ledger, distributed storage, linked data, solid technology, and decentralized architecture. We refer back to these terms frequently at the later half of this presentation. There are three possible models that can help us find a solution to the problems stated earlier. Amongst those models, the first is to use blockchain alone. For all kind of operations, including storing data, blockchain can be used. However, it's going to be very expensive and the lack of privacy might put the system at danger. The second approach could be using a distributed database to separate trust and data storage. This approach still lacks user control over the data that we consider very important. There is a possible third approach that involves solid technology, an attempt by the inventor of the World Wide Web, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, to decentralize the Internet. It gives users full control over their data and allows institutions to keep their individuality while still sharing information with other parties. So, finally, this slide shows how we propose to decentralize the educational landscape. We split the activities into four layers, namely blockchain layer that ensures trust, data layer to store and share data, verification layer to issue and validate qualifications, and support layer to provide graduates and lifelong learners with continued support. In this model, institutions will join a consortium blockchain and maintain their individual solid pods for administration and students. The bottom two layers will help them ensure trust and sharing data decentrally, while the top two layers will enable recruiters and other institutions to verify students' qualification on the fly without having to go through a manual verification process. Job supports by supporting matching jobs and building smart CVs that includes the verification of one's already obtained qualification. The current model is still at its proposed stage. Once implemented, is going to give us an educational landscape where institutions can retain their individuality while sharing valuable information to build a decentralized system for providing degree validation, lifelong learning, recruitment assistance, and career support to their graduates. I appreciate your attention. I would be very glad to answer your questions if you have any. Please feel free to send me an email or contact me on LinkedIn for a follow up discussion on this topic. Thank you very much.